Hey everyone! In this tutorial I will show you how to add, update and remove products from a PHP session. Let's quick see the files I have in my editor so we can start coding. Now in front of me I have two files. The file we see right now is the index file, and as you can see I have included the PHP script file, which is an empty file. Okay, let's start. First of all, I have to start a session with a session start function. This is mandatory. We cannot work with sessions if we don't use the session start function. To be more precise, we have to use the session start function in every file in which we are using sessions. And always it's the first thing that we do in the file. Next, let's create an associative array which will hold a product so I can work with. As we can see, the product has an ID, a name, a price, a discount and a quantity property, or key if you like. Let's add the product to a session. The easy way to do this is to create an empty session array and add the product. Let's see this in the browser by doing a var export on the product session. If you wonder about this line of code, this is a little hack that I saw in Stack Overflow, and it will structure and color the output data in the browser. You will see in a second. Let's bring the browser in the screen and run the script. We see that the product session is holding our product. But if I reload the page, the same product will be added in the session again. I don't want that. So let's write the code in a way that we do a check first on the incoming product. And if the product don't exist in our session, then we are going to add it. Let's unset first our session. I'm going to use the unset function and pass in as an argument the product's session. I executed the script, and as you can see in the browser, there is no more product session. Now let's write an if statement and check if the product session exists. If the session doesn't exist, I'm creating the product session and add the product in it. I don't need to check for duplicates because this is the first entry in our session. Now if the session exists, the first thing that I do is to loop through the products that the session holds and create an array which will hold all products IDs. Now I'm gonna check if the product's ID that we want to add in the session is not in the array. I'm going to use again an if statement, and if the condition is true, only then I will add the product in the product session. Let's check this out. I'm gonna use again my weird var export function, and I will reload the browser. We see the product is added in the session, and when I reload the page again, nothing is happening. Now let's change the product's ID and try again. Let's set the ID to 2 and the name to product B. And let's reload again the browser. We see that this time the product is added in the session. Now let's add another product so I have some data to work with. Let's say ID equals 3 and product C. And again reload the browser. Nice, this is how we add products in a PHP session. Let's see now how to update the quantity of a product. Let's clear first our screen. To update the quantity, we are gonna need two pieces of information. First, we need the ID of the product we want to update, and second, the new quantity value. Now we have to loop through the product session and find the product with ID 1. We are gonna use again a for each function to loop through the session, and inside the loop we are going to use an if statement to search for the given ID. When we loop through the session, we need access to the keys also, because we need the key to access the product and then the quantity. Let me show you in the browser. The top array is our product session. The numbers 0, 1 and 2 are the keys. Every key is associated with an array, which is a product. So to access the quantity field, we have to drill down from the top array and set a new value. Let's see this inside our if statement. We're targeting the session array, the key of the matched product, and the quantity field. And we set it equal to the new quantity. Let's run the script in the browser. I'm going to reload the browser, and we see that the quantity of the first product is set to 13. Now let's update the second product and set the quantity to 9. And reload the browser again, and we see that the quantity value is changed to 9. Now let's see how we can remove a product from the session. Let's clear again the screen. The information that we need is the ID of the product we want to remove. We are going to use again a for each loop, and again we are going to search for the given ID. If we find a match, we unset the product's key, and this will remove the product from the session. Let's check this out. I reload the browser, and we see that the product with ID 2 is removed from the session. Let's remove another product. I reload again the browser, and we see that the product with ID 3 is also removed from the session. And that's it. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching, guys.